Moment. YouTube. O. Tak. Jeszcze nie ma. Musi być. Moment, to jest. To jest. Czekajcie, ej. To chyba to. Tak, tak jest. Pogrzmocone to, ale w końcu mamy. Pyk. Pyk. Kontynuujmy więc naszą przygodę. Wow. Dobra, co my mamy do zrobienia? Chyba do pogadania. Aha, wspomniałem, dobra, bo to jest ta misja. Dobra, wiem co to jest.
Say nothing and let their minds fill in the gaps.
As long as we aren't actually stuffed into the cargo hold with the rest of the crates.
You'll have the same accommodations as my crew, provided you follow the rules. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
Yes.
All right, then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff. Routing power to engine and grab drive. All systems go.
Whoa.
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first.
Not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
No, not at all. This is something that's been weighing on my mind for a long time. I was hoping if I talked about it with you, I could get your opinion. That's all.
For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out...
Aha, fajnie.
You've entered secure UC military space. Identify yourself or you will be considered hostile.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu, cargo class ship ID UC 7938, requesting permission to dock.
Identity
In
confirmed.
my case, I
Prepare
was
your ship for
third in
scanning.
command, which has a lot to do with the
You're
story.
cleared to dock at docking bay
There
2.
was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia
Poszło.
system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own. Economic reasons. Several of the worlds in the Cassiopeia system were mineral rich. Both sides wanted to drop refinery outposts on the surface to bolster their supply.
Czekajcie, to z nim pogadam najpierw.
I'm well aware how many lives were lost. Now let me finish. The ship was barely intact.
Daj mi
The
dokończyć.
captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship, but I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight. The Dauntless was a tough little ship. No shields and the hull was breached, but it still had power. And weapons. That's why I remained in the battle. Huge mistake. Well, I didn't have the luxury of indecision. I had to act. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut, and last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do. It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless. We had more than one escape shuttle available. So, I elected to wait until they were safe. The ship barely had enough power for comms and life support. All I could do was watch them die. You're sorry. For me, if I hadn't been so stubborn, so eager to prove that I could handle command, my crew would have had more time to escape. My superiors. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial. After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, I took the other escape shuttle. If I hadn't, I would have died. The
Kurde.
Dauntless came apart minutes after I escaped.
Kurde, ale głupie odpowiedzi. Ani mi jedna nie pasuje, nie ma. Albo to, albo to.
Bad luck. That sounds familiar. You once told me that the military might not
Chyba
have been my
dobra
calling.
decyzja.
You don't know how right you were. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow
Ciężka sprawa.
falls apart. That's why
Nie chcę
I'm
tutaj
worried
zepsuć
about
sobie relacji.
us. Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends. Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around you. I feel safer, comfortable.
O, no
Not
widzisz.
afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up.
Szczerze? Tak łatwo się mnie nie pozbędziesz, albo to... Szczerze, bardziej chyba to.
After everything you've heard, all my stories, you still have faith. No one's ever cared about me this much. Not even Aja.
Dobra.
You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about us, about our relationship, how we've clearly become close. I practiced what I was going to say when the moment was right. Now that it's here, my mind's gone blank.
Próbujemy ją pociągnąć.
Look, you deserve the best. Someone who can give themselves to you entirely. But right now, I have too much baggage, too much on my mind. I hope you'll forgive me for pushing you away. I just need time.
Dobra. Jak sobie chcesz.
Okay, we're in. First things first. The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone. Provided you haven't sounded the alarm, then yeah, like I said, if you can find an intercom, I'll keep a channel open. This is a star station, so there are plenty of ventilation ducts you can slither into. As far as tactics go, it's an oldie, but goodie.
Kurde.
Only military personnel are allowed out
Niech
of the
opowiada.
parking area.
Cześć,
That's why
Matiniacz.
we need to get you to the barracks to find you a uniform.
Aha. Puszczamy w to.
Very funny.
Bardzo
If you do
śmieszne.
get into trouble, try and use that quick wit to your advantage. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Yes? What?
Dobra. Jeśli mnie tu zawiedzą. Dobra, idziemy, no bo co? Kurwa, ale on ma statek wielki.
Hey.
Nie? Dobra. Kupiłem trójkąto i dziś gram. Spoko. Się uzależnisz się od tego, zresztą w sumie to się chyba nawet już uzależniłeś.
Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks.
Tak mi się wydaje. Już jesteś uzależniony od tej gry.
Hold up. This area is for SY-920 military only. The contents and operations of the facility are classified. Only uniformed personnel are allowed beyond the checkpoint. Yeah, you do that.
Ale czy ja w ogóle... Bo ja chyba muszę mieć jakiś coś, tak? Cześć Paola. Oto laryngologa. Okej, spoko luz. Oto laryngolog.
Do your job. Keep your head down.
Dobra, muszę zobaczyć, czy oni tu mają jakieś te mundury. Wiem, haha. No widzisz. Muszę popatrzeć, czy oni tu przypadkiem nie mają czegoś.
Hello.
Bym sobie wziął może jakiś strój, ale chyba średnio. Bo nie wiem czy...
Hey. Bye bye.
Dobra, Sara. Ostatnio padło z 9H na... O kurde, dobra. Ma ona tu mundur? Jakiś, bo nie wydaje mi się. Czy jest opcja, żeby mundur tu dostać? Się wydaje, że ona coś gadała, że niby, że jest, ale... No nie wiem, czekajcie. Szczerze nie piszę tu. Moment F. Tu nie mam za bardzo opcji. Nawet. Kurde. Się okaże, co jest nie tak z moim oddychaniem. Aj, Boże, Boże. Gdzie mam iść?
Howdy.
Łóżko. I nie mam... O kurde. Patrz, a on się nie doczepił. To w sumie nie było jako kradzież. Kurde, sam nie wiem. No, zrobimy perswazję najwyżej. No spadaj! Kurde. Laska. Chyba, że tu wyżej pójdę jeszcze. Aha, tu się nie da. Cicha trochę. Kicha trochę.
Let me know when you're ready to launch. We need a lot of cargo to keep a station this size running.
Watch it. Marines don't like it.
Zapiszę. Najwyżej ręcznie. Dlatego, że... Ciężka sprawa.
SY-920 military only beyond this point. Rules are rules. Can't let you in unless you're military. I haven't received that order. And I take it you don't have a card or a clearance code. Maybe so, but that's irrelevant.
Aha.
Then where are they now? Sorry, no you...
Ciekawe, czy da się to w ogóle załatwić. Jak ja mam tam przejść?
SY-920 military only beyond this point. Rules are rules. Can't let you in. It's classified too, I bet. Sometimes I feel like I can't even tell someone my own name without declassifying it first. Sorry, no.
Dobra, ale już widzę, że może się da go przekonać.
SY-920 military only beyond this point. Rules are rules. Can't let you in unless you're military. You should have thought of that before you wandered off.
Kurde.
That doesn't sound like Commander Natara. She's
Ale
the type to
długie
add
to
more
ma.
checkpoints, not remove them. I suppose it's not that big of a deal.
Aha, czyli muszę...
Then where are they now?
To nie to.
And what order are they? Sorry, no.
A, czyli można go w ogóle przekonać. Mhm. Czyli jeżeli ja ten, to nie tracę szans. Ale widzę, że gościa mogę nawet przekonać.
Rules are rules.
Poczekajcie.
Can't let you in unless you're military. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It is just the barracks. Well, maybe if you hurry. Maybe if you do it quickly. All right, fine. You're good. Just be quick about it.
Puścił
That goes for your
mnie.
friend too.
Understood. Will only be a moment.
Jehan.
It's gotten real tight since Commander Natara.
Patrzcie go.
Hey, authorized personnel only. Access to the command bay is limited to SY-920 UC military.
Kurde,
only.
oni będą się do mnie
No
dodupcać.
unauthorized personnel, no exceptions.
Mogę jakoś... Mogę. Moment, stary, zapisz.
Rules haven't changed. Authorized personnel only, no exceptions. Right. If you were Admiral Pasquale Logan, then yeah, I would wave you on through. But unless you left your chest candy on your other uniform, you're about 10 medals short of Admiral. Rules haven't changed. Authorized personnel only. No exceptions.
Ciekawe, czy ty w ogóle...
Only designated SY-920 UC military allowed. You're not even in uniform.
Ciekawe, czy ty w ogóle się ją... Otwórz trudny. Może spróbujemy.
My back's fine. My ego is another story. We really need someone patrolling the barracks.
There's sensitive equipment up here. If it were up to me, the commander would have to monitor something less important. Like
Może się udać. To wszystko jest. Mam tylko jedno zabrać. Wejdź do centrum dowodzenia. Dajcie mi chwilę. Moment. W ten sposób oni się nawet nie dokapnęli się w sumie. Nie wiem, czy moment, czy czyli co? Czyli tu muszę się udać? O. Wolę sam zapisać, bo przy takich miejscach jak to wolę sam zapisywać. I najlepiej wziąć jakiegoś potężnego haksa. I najlepiej na 4 to zrobić. Poczekajcie. Okej, a teraz by się może przydał. Ładnie. Raz, dwa, ale ten nie będzie działał. Ten nie zadziała. To jest jednopineskowy, ale ja bym sobie wziął dwupineskowy, tyle że kurde, no ciężko. Ciężko z dwupineskowymi. Ten nie, ten nie. Ten nie. Ten nie. Trudno, no to co jednopineskowym. Bo nie mam wyboru. Teraz najlepiej było trzema. O kurde. Jeden jest tu. I to bym jeszcze otworzył, ale potem już bym nie dał rady. Kurde, ciężko. Czytaj. Ciężko. 24. To by się zgadzało. I najlepiej teraz czwórkami otwierać. Ale że my na razie nie posiadam. Trójka jest, dwójki nie chcę. Trudno, nie, no to trójką otwieram. Mamy jedynkę gdzieś. Jednopineskowy. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć. I dwójkę, no. Mamy jednopineskową, ale ja bym otwarł sobie trójkę. Teraz dwójką by trzeba było najchętniej. Boże, jakie to jest ciężkie. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery. Mamy jakąś czwórkę. Teoretycznie tak. Patrz, ta pasuje. No, gdzie tu pasować? Jedynkę.
Easy money.
Czy mi się w ogóle udało? Zrobić zabezpieczenie techniczne. 17. 7 na 15, ok. Od razu zapiszę. Widzę, że autozapis teoretycznie był. Ale...
I was the kid who ate too much heel paste. Everything looks clear.
Artemia.
This is Captain Huan Yu. Good. And no alarms or warnings on the comms. Music to my ears. If you found a uniform, be sure to put it on. That'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code.
Wow, dobra.
We are of the same mind. No talking, no combat, and no trace. This station has a lot of old arteries. The blood has gone dry, but they still connect to its heart. Look for a maintenance area. That should open
Muszę
the tunnel.
próbować robić tak, żeby mnie nie wykryli
That's
właśnie.
for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
What can I help you with?
Acknowledged, Lieutenant. Inform them they are clear to launch.
Kurde, no, nie ma tu nikogo.
I don't know you, Ensign. You sure you have clearance?
comes by game. Dr. Vogel has put in a request for more personnel. It seems there was an accident.
Dobra.
Not to change the subject, but are we concerned about potential leaks? No. Until you can provide more substantial proof.
To mi się udaje. Jak na razie jest dobrze.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
You here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly. It's nothing you've done. You've managed to get through the entire station without raising a single alarm. But the longer I stick around, the more people ask questions. And that's before they find out what you've been up to. We worked well as a team. If only all my deliveries were as smooth as this one. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that. I don't know what you're after, but my guess is you're looking for a scientist. It might even help if you pick up a lab coat and use it to blend in.
Oż ty mędu.
First lesson in being a rookie. You share the loot, but not the risk. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova...
Oż ty mędu. Ktoś mnie tu olało.
I've heard the team is looking for more test pilots.
Yes, if you have experience flying, you should talk to Dr. Vogel.
I don't know. I've flown a Discovery class, but I'm not. So, what's this big project you're working on? Well, I can tell you, but then I don't.
Intercepting transponder data in the Alpha system might be promising. Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign? The sign outside that says no visitors. Wait, did they not put that up? I requested it ages ago, but not surprising. Ever since Commander Natara took over, the priorities have changed. Oh yes, I've been studying decryption of all types for quite a long time. Probably since before you took your first crab jump. Signal protocol, quantum ratchet symmetry, interleaving data extrapolation. You name it, I've lectured on it. I've probably forgotten half of it, but I definitely knew it once. Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the comm spike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology. Well, yes. In the same way, the Almagest is a book on constellations, and a supernova is an explosion in space. The greatest scientific minds the UC has to offer did not congregate to this station to build just a module. The brightest engineers in the settled systems did not be transferred to this station to build just a module.
In a top-secret facility, I'd expect nothing less than cutting-edge tech. The only question is, does it work?
Well, I can tell you right now, it does work. In theory.
Przynajmniej w teorii.
I was speaking English. Maybe you weren't paying attention. I'll repeat myself. The comm spike is a decryption module. And yes, there are certain kinks to it. Some parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure.
To może inaczej.
Yes, you could, but why would you want to kill birds? Seems needlessly cruel, don't you think? However, that might make you the ideal candidate to be one of our test pilots. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to MAST.
Something you need?
Huh. Do I know you? Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious. Classified? I'm the head of... Ah, yes. By the transitive property, you would be what I need. And we are desperate for personnel. You're right. We do need to hurry if we're going to have this module ready in time. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new test pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Nataro's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area. The password you get
Wywołałem perswazję.
You'll find the prototype ship at docking bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
Chodzi o to, że tym statkiem uciekniemy pewnie. Tak strzelam. Biorę sobie go od razu. Aha, ale no muszę na razie go mieć. Apteczkę sobie wezmę.
Area still secure. Yes. What?
Kurde, jak mam. Okej. Ale ciężko się tu steruje.
Pilot.
Wolę sobie zapisać, bo widzę, że nie chcę mieć kłopotów z typem. Ha!
Off right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
Prototype ship, you are not cleared for takeoff. What's going on over there?
Unauthorized launch from engineering. All ships, secure the prototype. Got a bogey, on 'em.
Wróć na klucz.
Concentrate fire.
Nara. Szmaciury. Cześć, Patros.
Docking complete. It's so satisfying seeing the hatches line up.
Thank you when you have a moment.
Załatwione.
Well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone the lowdown. We'll take care of things from here.
What kind of name is this?
Załatwione. Zakosiłem im statek, kurde.
False grog is fine if you like cheap moonshine.
Haha! Taki statek im zapieprzył.
Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet. Surprise? Neva talks tough, and frankly, she is tough. But she's not a machine. Don't we all? But you seem to be a quick learner. Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike. Yeah, although I get why you didn't give me the details. If I had known this was about the legacy, I might have asked for a bigger cut. You read my mind. I don't like the thought of putting my routes in jeopardy.
Czytasz mi w myślach.
But I respect Delgado and I believe he's on to something. What that is, though, remains to be seen.
Discovering Crix's legacy would solve one of the settled system's great mysteries. Oh, I'm as curious and excited as anyone to see what we'll find.
Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
What a day.
No dobra.
Ended with a fight.
Idziemy mu powiedzieć good newsy. Będę jak wrócę na zakupach. Aha, spoko, loko. Spoko. Paola ci pisała, co się stało? Czy dzwoniła, czy co? Bo nie wiem. Czy wiesz, co się wydarzyło? Się tylko pytam. Czy wiesz, bo jak nie wiesz, to potem się dowiesz. Bo ci... Kurde, a gdzie teraz się tu idzie?
Need something?
O, jest droga. To mi później powiesz. Aha, czyli nic nie wiesz. Dobra. To się dowiesz potem, jak będziesz już na chacie, bo to nie ma sensu. No, idę za szczałkami, nie? Siema.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the ComSpike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Don't worry your pretty little head about your damn ship. We had it brought back here safe and sound. Now pay attention. Dale went out of his way to tell you how impressed he was. You just gonna leave him hanging like that?
No spoko, Martinia, siema. Witam z powrotem.
Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. ComSpike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible.
Cały czas jestem, oglądam w tle. A, spoko.
We get our hands on their electrical
To
absorption.
dobrze.
And Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4. It's always that.
Dobrze, że tam zapisywałem sobie, bo było ciężko.
I've learned never to question Jasmine's talent.
Mogło być ciężko w niektórych momentach.
It's the giant shroud that covers the entire city. Big ugly thing that Generdyne uses to absorb lightning strikes. When you arrive in Neon, I'm sure your contact will fill you in with all the boring details.
Hey, my girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut.
Hej, moja cześć.
I've seen her do it.
Ojejku.
Cut the crap.
Yes.
The only thing you need to worry about is bringing the tech home.
All right. Infighting isn't going to get us to the legacy any faster, Neva. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward we all split the cash. No. There is no getting along here. You are going to do everything she asks. Follow her instructions to the letter.
Ojej.
She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Understood. We'll do our best to remain on her good side.
Never mind her good side. You'd be better off appealing to her bank account. That is what drives her.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Kritz's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
No dobra. Luzik. Wiem, a wy jesteście, mam nadzieję, o krok od tego. To wszystko szlak wam trafił. A którędy ja mam się wydostać z tego gównianego tego pomieszczenia? Co? Boże, tędy chyba. Jakoś co, czy nie? Bo nie wiem. O, tu, dobra. Tu są schody, ok. Gdzie ja potrzebuję mieć... Ja potrzebuję mieć... wskazywaną drogę. Aha. To chyba tu musimy zejść. Tak. Idziemy teraz tu. Tutaj do wyjścia, ok. Pyk. Podejrzewam, gdzie teraz lecimy. Złożyć raport. Tamtym. Tym właściwym.
Right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
Chyba mój statek, co?
People say I need more hobbies. Writing about you, thinking about you, talking about you. That's 3 right there.
To chyba mój statek. Tak mi się wydaje.
I'm sure they're sad to...
Dobra, ciekawe co oni na to powiedzą. Kurde. Wiecie, gdzie oni to w ogóle są? Teraz. Tu, o Boże. Ale daleko muszę lecieć. Czy, a to nie jest chyba to. Nie jest, co mi się wydaje. Zobaczymy. Albo to jest to? Bo ja wiem, nie wiem. Czekajcie, co mam zrobić? Ciekawa sprawa. Chyba tu. Tak przynajmniej mi się wydaje, że na tym statku muszę wylądować. O, raczej tak. Ta, to jest ten statek. A, to jest ten statek nasz od raportowania. Ciekawe co oni powiedzą teraz.
Remember to turn in any evidence fragments you find.
It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
O, widzisz?
As you probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier.
Chyba trzeba iść na obiad. Poczekajcie. Ja sobie zjem. Dobra. I wrócę tutaj. Okej. Już jestem.
But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDev operative.
Starting a firefight on SY-920 would have been an inappropriate course of action. We favored the quiet approach.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report. With the acquisition of the comm spike, the fleet is one step closer to Krix's legacy. And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the comm spike.
Okay. Kurde, no teraz jest kłopot, bo nie wiem co wy... A, to jest pytanie.
That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands
No
once
to
we
było
complete
pytanie
the briefing,
zwykłe.
but at the moment, I'm far more concerned about the comm spike.
Jessin. Jasmin.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem? Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. Your ship will need special protection to ensure the electromagnetic disturbances in the planet's atmosphere don't fry your circuits. The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
If that's the case, inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake. The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the Lock, touched off by Jasper Krix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk. You've already come this far, which makes you the most resourceful operative in SysDev's history.
If we move in and attack the fleet now, we might not have the resources to bring them down. In addition, they're holding all the tech you need to get to Krix's legacy, so the smartest move is to let you get to it and then bring it to us.
I'm confident that once Krix's legacy is in our possession, we'll get the support we need from my superiors to take the fleet down. All right. I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
No spoko.
It's good to have you back. Look, I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Co my tu mamy? A, tu są te nowe materiały. Szukaj dowodów, czyli tu na razie nie mamy nic konkretnego. Dobra, lecimy.
Everything looks clear.
Do kolejnej misji z piratami. Ciekawe, ile tych misji tu jeszcze coś stało. Powiem sobie wątek główny zacząć. Lub też patrzeć nad innymi. Co z tą wieżą? Zobaczymy.
What's next for me and you?
Zobaczymy, no na razie jesteśmy, gdzie my to w ogóle są? Daleko, daleko. Dobra, czekajcie. Moment. Bo po pierwsze tak, ja muszę się dowiedzieć zabezpieczenia. Są tu. Nie, 7 na 15. Czyli to jest gówno warte. Wykonaj skoki grawitacyjne. I tak nie mam punktów.
You're on the wanted list. Halt and prepare to be boarded, or we will be forced to open fire. Copy that. Stay on course while we escort you in.
A tamte. W ogóle ile my straciliśmy kasy? Nie, nawet nie za dużo. Dobra, no nieważne. Sorry.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Catherine Lucian keeps demanding we look into her husband's murder. Yeah, right.
Fakt, no. Były kradzione co niektóre przedmioty. To fakt. Bo musiałem te kombinezony ukraść. Ty, czekaj chwilę. Bo jeżeli... tak się sprawy mają, to musicie mi dać chwilę. Żeby to ubrać. A, dobra.
How are you?
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right? You want the stuff or not?
I'm still interested. They're asking most
Think this stuff falls from the sky?
Look, I thought
You looking to get zoned? Yeah, you know, dusted, blazed, frosted, high. If you aren't here to buy some Aurora, then what the heck do you want?
fine. I'll transfer the credits and you can leave it in the usual place.
Oh, it's not an act. If you're looking to score some Aurora, we can talk later. But for now, since you're clearly the rook that Delgado sent, let's talk business. Save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously. Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult. Are you serious? You're just gonna completely blow me off like that? I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
The few times I've dealt with Benjamin Bayou in the past have been rather unpleasant, to say the least.
Benjamin Bayou, Neon's
Benjamin.
esteemed mayor, or administrator, or whatever the hell you want to call him. He's also the greediest bastard you'll ever meet. Got his fingers in everyone's business, and the muscle to back it up. The only reason I'm allowed to operate on Neon is because I pay well to keep my involvement off his radar. The last thing I need right now is an amateur like you getting me kicked off world. That's the way it's gonna be, huh? Fine. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Genodyne's facility in the underbelly. Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable. Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city. I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city. Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it. The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it? Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take. As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked. That's because you're planning it for me as a favor. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own. Yep, nepotism has its advantages. Word on the street is that the Generdyne is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. He's not the brightest. Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora and keep it at that, okay? But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid data, that's his territory. I won't touch it.
Delgado.
And I suppose you're gonna head down to Generdyne and kick down the door? Wow, it's so simple. I can't believe I didn't think of that myself. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place. You should be asking what won't you need it for. The facility is closed to the general public, and they keep all of their important files.
Cześć, Leśny.
Not to mention the fact that there's all sorts of nasty security inside you're gonna want to bypass.
Bypass.
The catch is that Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate. Pretty laid-back club over in Ebbside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora Lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course. The rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. No one knows why. Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin.
Trzeba robić to tak bez zabijania najlepiej.
She's just using Bayou and having a little bit of
Wszystkie
fun
misje
on the
tu
side
od
with
nich
Micah,
grzybny.
the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants. Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight. Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
Kurde.
It's that hideous canopy over the center of the city that keeps the rich folks dry. Some folks around here call it the span. I think it's a massive eyesore, like some sort of a modern art piece gone haywire.
Dobra, teraz muszę przeczytać.
Just poke your head outside and look up.
Teraz muszę zobaczyć, gdzie tu opcje do nich płacą.
Loaning them credits? No, that's not how things work around here. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis. Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit?
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one. In fact, there are no legal alternatives for anything in this godforsaken city. The only thing people can do is deal with the bullshit and try to get on with their miserable lives. But let's get back to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all its delicious profit? Ooh, not even close. The answer you were looking for isn't another corporation. It's a person. It's good old Benny Bayou. That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in the sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that.
Dobra.
Watch your step. Benjamin Bayou has eyes everywhere.
Co ty chcesz ode mnie? Moment.
Take it easy.
Mogę na skróty?
Whoa. Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you. A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's
Kurde, kto zaś mnie tu zatrzymał?
They seriously did that. Poor Ted. We gotta look out for each other, right? Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, Kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad. I mean, yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live. They're bad news, but compared to disciples, positive angels. Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, for being so helpful, a chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart. Hey, thanks. Look, I mean it. Go back to the plaza. Ain't nothing but shit and misery over here.
Tomasz. Co? I pewnie questa jeszcze dostałem, jasne. Ale to najpierw zrobimy sobie to, a potem...
Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I think we should pay it a visit, purely for exploratory purposes.
Ups. Nie tędy.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Okadigbo. That's trouble for the status quo.
You're banking your own way. There are unconfirmed reports of farmers being...
If Benjamin Bayou's ego was as combustible as helium-3, he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship.
Gdzie ty jesteś?
I've heard that Benjamin Bayou has a private...
O pierdziele.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago. See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid, or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece,
A bo najpierw zrobię sobie te poboczne tam.
of the city's power. Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here. Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate face and pretending that nothing's wrong. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under completely. Wish that was the case. Fact of the matter is, we're barely treading water. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division. Unfortunately, no. I'm in third on the corporate ladder. One step above me is Ayumi Komiko. She's the COO of the company. And then there's Kaito Harada, our esteemed CEO who never seems to be around. No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators,
mutów.
Nothing even close to the magnitude of the conduction grid. Genodyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. If not, we'll remain stagnant forever, or worse. My superiors seem to only be concerned about themselves. The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology. I can give you 117 reasons. Our employees. If Genodyne goes completely under, how many of them will lose their jobs? How many might get cut in a restructure? My position puts me in charge of the welfare of our personnel. I can't in good conscience allow that to happen to them. Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayou clearly leaned on Ms. Komiko to get his brother hired. It's nepotism in action. None whatsoever. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do? It describes my aggravation.
Kurde, ale to jest gadania, masakra w tej grze.
Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayou might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to get involved. Typical. Look, I still need to put the finishing touch on these reports. If you change your mind and you can help me decide, I'd really appreciate the help. That's an excellent question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced. The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic absorption system. When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid to prevent overload. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative and positive strikes are equalized. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used for power. Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Genodyne's first and last major success. As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble, ask away. I've only been working here for a few years now, and she's been my boss the entire time. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. But I've actually never met him. He lives somewhere in New Atlantis, I think. She's my boss. She's fine, I guess. Look, Like I said, I don't want to get into serious trouble. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very stressful position. Sometimes that stress trickles down. Thanks. For taking the time to talk. Hey, I still... Yeah, I get it. Look, as long as it doesn't get me. Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this. I'd like to think so. I mean, it might be okay. I'm not sure that's a good... Look, it was great speaking with you.
Ty, co jest? Czym on? Moment. Ja sobie go...
Thanks for taking the time to talk. Hey, I still have that full report on Brace and them. Yeah, I get it. Look, as long as it doesn't get me. Whoa. Maybe need to think about it. I hear you. Not happening. Look, I don't know. Hope to see you again.
Zagnój. Parszywie, no. A już go miałem prawie. Ja nie chcę wykorzystywać, rozumiecie, tej erki na tym, żeby go to automatycznie przegadać. Nie na to przynajmniej. Wtedy mu pomogę, jak mi powie.
Yeah, I get it. Look, as long as it doesn't get... Whoa. No, I can't. Maybe we can still work something out.
Rozumienie, raz, dwa, trzy.
I hope I can trust you. Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayou.
No.
He was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayou stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko keeps audio recordings of all her meetings in her safe. And before you ask, yes, I'll unlock it for you. Just don't tell anyone I helped, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's running through this city. People around here spend half their lives terrified about being backstabbed, and spend the rest of it planning on how they're going to screw over someone else. Something rotten is going on in this company, and one day, I hope to find out what it is. Sure. It was great speaking with you.
Mogę?
Hey, I still have that full...
Mogę.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I've heard Bayous killed people for doing less. The hell was I even thinking? Hey, look. Thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask. Thanks for taking the time to talk. I'll be happy to answer any question. Hope to see you again soon.
Dobra, teraz tak. Ja na razie to zostaje. Na razie się tym zajmiemy. Boczną kwestią. Co? No dobra, ale... Idziemy na lobby. Prawdopodobnie to jest... Test.
Clover over at Kelp Corp. She's too good for Neon. Sounds like she's trying to help someone.
We offer full range of cosmetic and live your best life. We'll be here when you're...
Co znowu? Pewnie zaś tu mi coś przyszło. Dobra. Na razie mam to gdzieś. No to gdzieś chyba. Bardziej tu.
Yeah?
Everyone knows this is Neon's premiere.
What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it? Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea.
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is. I mean, the Strikers will rob you blind, and if you back us in a corner, you're gonna bleed. But the disciples? Pfft, total nutjob animals. They torture people for kicks. And the only people that kept them from getting out of control? Us. And now we're all but ruined. We were one of the big dogs. We could take what we wanted and no one gave us shit. And Briggs? Total class act. Not a psycho like the disciples. Now look at us. So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers. Oh, nothing. Joining us now is great. People are banging down our door to go down with this ship. You know, I'll just do that. Right now. This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
I really need to stop hanging out in Upside.
You good?
Strikers look out for one another, right?
Who's this?
Someone says they might want to join.
A recruit? Been a while.
I know, right? Savage says we can't go killing people around here anymore.
We shouldn't be doing that anyhow. You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about.
Kolejna
Steal,
frakcja.
kill, if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested? There was a time when we were the only ones that kept those psychos in line, but I'll get to that. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family. It's us against every goddamn thing the world can throw at us. If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do. Ebside is where all the loser and sad stories end up, once Neon and Administrator Bayu has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got to flow just to get food based on your plate. But we only take what we have to. Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers? Now you are speaking my language. Good. I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a test. You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out who has been arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware. If you're a striker, it means the Disciples are going to come after you hard. But you do this, we know you can hack it, and you're willing to risk your neck. We're fully in alignment there.
I can't understand this sudden urge to join the Strikers gang. I can think of about 100 better ways you could be spending your time.
There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish.
Mhm. Kurde.
Oh, you're going to regret this. Another loser. Not your number.
Dobra. Okej, dobra, no to mamy tu wejść.
This district certainly provides.
Kurde.
Hey, I'm busy. You want the good stuff? Try somewhere else.
We're still talking? Time is money, you know?
If the disciples spot you, they're gonna attack straight away.
Don't break a leg.
There's no shame if you just walk away and go
Because
back.
it's-
Madame Sauvage is a serious player in Ebside. For previous favors rendered, she's protecting us. And even the disciples won't go against her. But we take one step outside, and all bets are off. I had another life, but I lost it all. Vogel and I were cast out on the street. We couldn't find work after months. Things got dark. So crime was the only option. We picked up misfits and unfortunates from there, but all of them fighters, willing to do anything it takes.
Dobra.
disciples have got the numbers. They've got the guns. What we have left are the diehards. But we are a family. We genuinely care about each other and have each other's back. So, we may be down, but we are not beaten. So, stealth was a no-go, but... shit. You took all of them out. The strikers can use that. So you're in. Everyone thinks the Ebside strikers are out for the count. But now that we know where the disciples are getting their guns, I feel the tide is turning. As soon as I realized that the disciples had sniper rifles and assault rifles, I ordered everyone to go to ground. But we can't keep it up forever. All we need to be back in the game are weapons of our own. Trying to score points with the boss. Smart play, new fish. You might want to say hello to the rest of the gang. They should be friendlier, or I'll make them friendlier. After you take some deserved R&R, hit up Hatchet for any gear you may need, and a job I got in mind for you.
No, to... Ale szybkie zadanie. Aha. I co, i to teraz będzie wyglądało tak, że będę dostawał jedno za drugim. Świetnie.
Oh, I will see the disciples ended one day. Huh. So you survived. Andrea thought Briggs wanted you dead, so he sent you away. Andrea was wrong. Andrea has lost more than any of us. She used to be a pilot, had a ship, a life, everything. Now she walks the hard road of staying clean. Leaves her in a bad mood, pretty much always. Andrea does what she has to. Respect that. Everyone is hard because they have to be. These streets and alleys are all I know. They chew up the weak, they leave them broken or dead in the gutters. So don't be weak. Oh yes, every day a different struggle. To stay alive, to stay good in the head. But the strikers and Briggs took me in, gave me a family. I will do anything to protect them. And I mean anything. Oh, you are focused. Good. So the job is, we let the streets know the strikers are back. We have signs. Signs that indicate our turf. Hacking the signs is easy. Getting to them or fighting any disciples there, that is the challenge. Briggs said he prefers no blood. But I say, make the disciples bleed at every chance. Here are 3 locations. Good. If you need things too, I can hook you up. It's my job to make sure all the strikers have what they need. Good luck.
The disciples will pay with interest.
What can I get you today?
What's up?
Sauvages. Nice. The Astral Lounge.
Czekajcie, co mam? Chyba jednak po prostu trzeba wyjść.
Shortages over at Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together before the place shuts down.
Everything.
How's everything with you?
Gangs think they run this.
Oh, smells horrible down here. Oh, how can these workers stand the smell of rotten fish and goodness knows what else?
Dobra.
What have we here? Decided to drop by on Neon and do a little vandalism, huh? There's a steep fine for that. Zero tolerance. Tell you what, you pay the fine now, and I'll let you off with a warning. Or things are going to get messy. Maybe. But as soon as you started putting up a striker gang sign, that crosses the line. Easy, easy. Let's see if there's another way out of this. Hey, I'm not. No way. It's my ass if something goes wrong here. I'm done talking to you. What have we here? There's a steep. Tell you what. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. Give me a second to think, will you? You don't know what you're talking about. I'm done talking to you, so either pay up. What have we here?
Kurde.
Decided to drop by.
Dobra, niech on ze mną.
Steep. Tell you what, you pay them? Maybe. Try me if you're so tough. You're one of ours. This just got complicated. This isn't getting us anywhere. I'm done talking to you.
Kurwa, skończ. Ja się z tobą nie dam ci się tak łatwo. Kurde, co on ode mnie chce? Czepiają się mnie.
Rather be doing this than getting mixed up with gangs.
Nie wiem czym.
What have we here? Decided to drop by on Neon and do a little vandalism. There's a steep. Tell you what. Maybe. You're one of ours. This just got complicated. You talk a good game. Can you back it up? You know how it is. Sounds like you might be scared. I'm done talking to you.
Kurde, no będę próbował do oporu, ej. Nie? Tak nie może być. Hop się musi ode mnie odczepić z łaski swojej.
What have we here? Decided to drop by on Neon and do a little... There's a steep. Tell you what. Maybe. You're one of ours. This just got complicated. Sorry, but I can't. I'm just doing my job, you know. I'm sure you're on the up and up. Fine, fine. Just get out of here.
Spadaj.
I don't sell any supplements.
So what do you say? Are you ready to deal? Shucks! Come in today and choose your shop.
They have these jetpacks for use.
We have everything you want at a Neon.
I'm going to end you.
What are you looking at?
You don't have places like this in Aquila, that's for sure.
Yeah. Forget something?
This place is like my second home.
Kurde, masakra.
A lot of the signs are high up. Be careful up there. The strikers steal all sorts of things. I handle the stash. Not sure why me, although I don't think anyone would trust Vogel or Andrea to do it. Many don't. You can find corpses anywhere. No one notices anymore. And the lucky ones, they have to sell themselves, their soul, beliefs, anything and everything. There is no hope here, only the struggle. Be careful. Be smart out there.
I think you're gonna fit in well. Really well. You've really kicked the hornet's nest. Good. Andrea's running point on grabbing the gun stash. I need you and Vogel to keep the disciples off balance.
So we're finally doing this?
It's time, Vogel. The gloves are off. Both of you, keep the collateral damage down if you can. But it's do or die. Like the attitude, but don't give Neon Security any reasons to go after us, okay?
We've come this far, so we intend to see things through to the end, Briggs.
You two coordinate whatever you need to. I have a request. I know this is asking a lot. Newell's Goods has some armor. Not mil-spec ranger gear or anything, but better than the cast-off clothes the strikers wear. So if you could, well, spring for some armor upgrades. Maybe convince Newell to sell it to us? I'm not asking for charity here. Any credits it costs, I promise we'll pay you back, with interest. Now's the time for those strikers to make a comeback. disciples are gonna pay for all they've done.
Dreaming of this. Finally, Briggs is going to let me kick these disciples where it hurts. I've been telling him to let his best man loose for weeks. So thank you for changing his mind.
Co? O kurde.
You better believe it. Both of us worked for that hellhole Xenofresh way back. I was a casualty of a reduction in force. But Paul Briggs's leg got crushed in an accident. So Xenofresh, being the class act they are, they fired him, and later even sued him. So it was him and I on the streets. I helped him through rehab. The outside strikers sort of grew around us. You are something else. The plan's simple. We hit the street runners hard in as many points as possible. Maximum chaos, right? Then Andrea can waltz into their weapons cache, snag the big guns, and then the real fun begins. No promises. The till's running empty. So if I happen to see some marks on the way, then the fishies better pay up. Know what I mean? Briggs ain't the only one thinking round here. Here's 3 groups of street rats for you. Me and my boys will take some others. Fun time.
Maybe you'd like to try a velocity?
No i takie właśnie. Zaczęła zabawa, porzuciliśmy karmazynową flotę i trochę będziemy je zabijać. Czy zrobimy wszystko.
You're the strikers, darling. Yeah, we had those blighters all tied up until you came along. The name's Holds, and I'm here to offer you a deal. Good, you're reasonable. The strikers are old news, positively analog. You help us take out their so-called leaders, and the disciples can pay big. Credits, yeah? A dumpster full of them. Literally, if that's your thing.
Why is this happening?
In order to keep a rat in place, you gotta scare it, terrify it. And if it happens to be good for a laugh, well, that's a bonus, right? And you give a damned about that why? This ain't your fight, pal. Ebside's always been about survival of the fittest. As long as the tourists stay away, no one cares what happens. You do the deed, we'll send payment. Just so you know, the other disciples will be gunning for you until you take out all the strikers. So make your way to Savages with care.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I know the strikers are just a street gang, but backstabbing like this is disgraceful.
You're smarter than you look. Just remember to take out all of the striker leaders. You're smarter than you look. Just remember to... take out all of the striker leaders.
Hey, plenty of time for thinking.
You're the The name's Holds, and I'm here to... I'll let that slide. The strike. Credits, yeah? And it's time to die, asshole.
Let's make this quick!
We'll search and then make it quick.
Dobra. O kurde. Dobra, zobaczymy na ile oni tu mają. Czy mnie w ogóle się strzela? 36. Tam se to stawił. Sara, chodź na to.
Yeah, what is it? I'd be happy to carry a few things for you.
Sara, ekwipunek. W sumie. Ekwipunek. Mogłabyś coś nieść, dziewczyno. Na pewno to, na pewno to. To se zostawię. To. To se zostawię. Zostawię. Już jesteś pełna? O, już pełna jest. Okej. To się wydaje. Wymaga klucza.
Thanks for choosing chunks. I picked up something new.
We got the guns, new fish. Went in, pop, 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 and the cash is ours.
And that's thanks to me and my new best mate. Any problems on your patrol?
O kurde.
Hell, at first I thought you were some dumb thrill seeker. But you're, well, pretty awesome. Everything's going according to plan, Briggs.
Good. Now we hit them where it hurts. This warehouse is one of their main strongholds. Not going to lie. Taking it is going to be hard. New fish, we wouldn't be here without you. What's the play? Go in guns blazing? We hold back? Then we all go in together. You heard the plan. Let's do it.
No dobra.
orders, now.
Hands off weapons. Damn it.
You think Neon Security wouldn't know about what's going down? Please. Looks like you've done a bit of violence, a bit of murder. Word is, all this is due to you. Why are you messing around with my streets, huh? As I can see. So here's what's going to happen. Gang violence gets too noisy. That hurts the bottom line around here. No one affects the bottom line.
Tell that to the disciples.
No. I want you to, Mr. Briggs. The disciples have been pissing me off for far too long. So, your gang throws off Sewer Rat Blue and starts wearing Neon Security Black. Or, you can be found face down in the streets. And you say your goodbyes. Briggs is a smart lad. He'll make the right choice. Free to go as far away from here as you like. The further the better, in my book. The best way to fight gang violence is getting your own pet gang. Trust me, they'll fit right in on the force. Setting street rat against street rat is pretty elegant, right? Don't take too long. Time to onboard the new hires.
Good you're here. Huddle up, gang.
Is this for real?
They want me to be a cop.
Shit. We could get a real pad. Maybe even move out of website? Briggs, I'm so in.
After all we've done, Neon Security seriously will let that go?
I don't see why not. Do you really think anyone cares who stabs who in Ebside? What's your take? That's Neon for you.
Perhaps this is your chance to turn that corruption around. Perhaps not. But it's better than what you're doing now.
Anyone object to going for the deal? This is your chance. No one? Good. Really good. I'll give Owen the news. I can't say I was expecting this. Whatever god or gods we please to get you to help us, know we'll be forever grateful. With resources and backup, the streets are gonna be safer. It looks like the strikers are retiring. And here's your cut.
Super. No i teraz ten wątek się skończył.
Welcome to Chunks, home of the best chunks.
Teraz chcę iść na dwór zaraz.
Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized.
Tylko chcę jeszcze to zadanie ogarnąć. Co? Zaś jesteście w tym. Aha, no dobra, ale my to chyba zostaniemy na dłużej, bo widzę, że w tej placówce jest dużo rzeczy. Też do zrobienia.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
If you're wondering what that smell is,
I don't have time for this. Talk to my secretary if you need something.
Skradzież.
what? I'm working here. Get lost, I have a job to do.
Things for you.
Hej, hej. Dobra, Julka, spoczko. Pantero. Ja zaraz kończę tego streama, wiesz, i tak.
Welcome. Please, make yourself comfortable. I can offer you a drink, or perhaps you're here seeking access to our members' lounge, where you can enjoy your Aurora experience in peace.
See, you just proved.
Customers choose our lounge because they desire a more relaxed and sedate journey as they experience the joy of Aurora. We have no blaring music, no crowds, no chaos. The mood here is specifically crafted to allow a full range of mindful self-exploration. Sorry, no. Aurora sales are only permitted through the Astral Lounge. We simply provide a safe haven for you to enjoy it in peace. If you desire access to the lounge, you can purchase admittance for a completely reasonable fee. Otherwise, you're welcome to relax, listen to our music, and perhaps enjoy a chimera. It's a specialty alcoholic beverage only served here at Euphorica. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. A wise choice. Here's your access key. Please let us know if anything in the lounge interferes with your comfort. If you need anything else, please, don't hesitate to ask. Of course, I recommend our house specialty, the Chimera. It's a unique triple-layer drink that I believe you'll find quite delightful. It consists of mild cold soju on the top, a thin layer of fruit liqueur in the middle, and a strong dark soju at the bottom. The initial mildness of Chimera slowly warms the senses, which rapidly transitions into a sudden burst of sweetness from the fruit liqueur. This sweetness braces the palate for the impact of the much stronger, robust finish. It's a drink of my own design. May I recommend a Chimera?
A masz ty może. sprzedaj. Aha. Dupa. Mogę sobie tylko wyposażenie. Nie mam.
You people should leave her alone. What do you want with her? Not that it's any of your business, but we're very close.
Oh.
We're in love. I refuse to let anything bad happen to her.
Lesbian.
No matter how much trouble she's gotten herself into. Yeah, sure. Tell me another one. You debt collectors are low-life assholes. She's broke, okay? Now get out of my club before I get really pissed off and have you thrown into the street.
No, really? I'd like to see you try.
When I need the trash taken out, I call the strikers. They take care of the garbage around here. So unless you want to deal with the toughest gang in Ebside, I'd suggest you leave. Now. Oh my god. You're offering me money to betray her? How low can you get? Look, I'm getting really tired of this crap. Get out now. The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't mean anything by it, really. Sorry, well, I worry about her. Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out, but, you know, I have a business to keep afloat. If you want to talk to her, you can find her in the members' lounge. You already have access, so you should know the way. Enjoy your drinks.
Looks like you need to relax.
Yeah?
Yeah. What do you want? Before you continue, let me save you some time. If you're having a problem with your POW or complain about your rates, you need to contact our customer service department. Anything else? You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that. You're serious? Okay, then let me ask you a question, genius. Do you really think I'd risk my position as COO of Generdyne for a few credits? I don't think so. The Crimson Fleet, huh? This is interesting. So tell me, what does Delgado need with my pass to Generdyne? No. You don't just waltz in here and throw the Crimson Fleet onto the table without giving answers. If Delgado wants in, and I'm going to put my ass on the line, I want everything out in the open. So, let me get this straight. You want me to sneak you into Generdyne so you can steal the only profitable piece of technology the company's come up with in decades. If you expect me to take a risk like that, then it's going to cost you some major credits. Do you have any idea what Benjamin Bayou would do to me if he found out we were even having this conversation? If I'm going to let you into Generdyne, I need a backup plan. Namely, money to get off-world fast. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you do. Short of taking it off my dead body, which would never happen thanks to my Syoga buddies here. You don't pay, you don't get the pass. How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch. I knew I should have kept that somewhere else. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though, once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it. I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might end up on the next SSNN report. Okay, fair enough. A few years back, the previous CEO of Generdyne went missing. As the COO, I was next in line for the job. Instead, Bayu muscled his way into the company and gave me an ultimatum. Either back up his bullshit Mr. Harada identity, or I'm gone. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, I was going to do whatever I could to take what was rightfully mine. If that meant seducing Bayu to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me, Mike has been incredibly understanding about the whole thing. What do you think happened? Bayu started sticking his nose into Generdyne's business, all but outright demanding a cut of the profits. In response, the CEO made a huge mistake by threatening to take his grievances to the FC. His shuttle never arrived. Need I say more? More than you can possibly imagine. Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept me from going completely under. She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get ahead. She loves me for being me, and I love her for being the same. And when this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayu is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there for each other. Forever. If you had to work with Grayson Bayu, you'd understand. The man is still a totally incompetent fool, and he's running our company into the ground. The worst part of it is that he's Administrator Bayu's brother, so I can't fire him. I can't reassign him.
Battery
I can't even
10%.
yell at him. It's like having a cut on your body, and you're helplessly watching yourself bleed to death. Except in our case, we're hemorrhaging money. What is this? A job interview? I'm the COO of the company, second to the top, right under our esteemed CEO, Mr. Harada, also known as Benjamin Bayu. So when you ask me what I do for Generdyne, the answer is nothing. The Bayus run the show, and I tread water. The salary helps, of course, but at the end of the day, I'm just a joke. Sitting in an office to make things look legitimate. Keeps them off the Freestar Collective's radar. They might actually step in if they discover that the same person controlling the city's regulations and bylaws benefits financially from them. If you haven't figured it out by now, Benjamin has a stranglehold on the city. You can't take a piss without him charging you after flush. Try and get in his way, and then he uses Neon security to beat you senseless, or the Syoga Syndicate to make you disappear. I just know this is gonna come back to...
Nie, mamy w ogóle Tabulator. Potrzebny. Ile? 44 000 kredytów, więc w sumie. Dobra, ja jeszcze tam skoczę i kończę. Będziemy i tak robić tutaj zadania chyba tych pobocznych, bo
Can you believe Xenofresh charges us a licensing fee to fish near
to
Neon?
pyk. To kawa właśnie. Jezus. Ile? Co? A.
Tevin Anastas has run into some trouble. Word to the wise, you don't want to.
Co? Teraz jest jakiś chyba odwiedzić dom. To wszystko musimy zrobić, bo się tego tu namnożyło.
Be a lot of valuable tech disappearing from Genodyne to justify all the scrutiny of their own employees.
Kurwa, serio. Dobra, nie no, kończymy.